that have been asked, and I would like to share these two questions with you. Like, recently someone approached me and asked me, Doctor, what is that one thing I need to know about leadership? Just one thing. We've been talking about leadership, leadership, leadership. So is there any one thing we need to know about leadership? And my response to that person is, there is many things you need to know about leadership. There is no one single thing you need to know about leadership, but there are many things you need to know about leadership. And that's why today in my presentation, we're going to learn so much about leadership. And the second question we're going to talk about is, how do you become an effective leader? Becoming an effective leader, it takes you to do certain things or to do certain things. And I came up with 21 laws of effective leadership. For you to be an effective leader, you have to know or do these 21 laws of effective leadership. I don't have time to go through all these 21 today, but I'm going to take the first two today. I'm going to run through these first two laws of effective leadership. You may have started implementing some of these leadership laws, you don't even know, because some of you are born leaders. But even if you don't know some of these laws, you can learn them on your own. And some of these laws, and maybe if you come to know them, it will expose certain latent weakness in you. But that's not something bad. It's trying to teach you to discover yourself, how you're going to work and improve on your leadership skills. And it's not necessary for you to know all of them, 21 no. You can be effective in some few, but not effective in the rest. So you cannot be perfect. So what you need to know is to know the laws that you're good at and the laws that you're not good at. The laws that you know that you're not good at, you need to hire team members that have strengths in those laws, and then team up with them, and then achieve together. So we're going to take some of these laws, and I'm going to start with the law of lead, L-I-D, which emphasizes so much on leadership ability. You cannot undermine leadership ability because it determines your effectiveness in life in everything you do. Effective leadership, it ensures your leadership ability also determines your effective leadership. And effective leadership determines your success. So there is a positive relationship between success and effective leadership. If you see someone succeeding, it's not because of his dedication alone. Dedication is good, but leadership ability comes first. You may see two enterprises, similar investment, similar model, similar setting, but one is succeeding and the other is not. And that tells you about leadership ability. So in everything we do, in family, in team, in company, in business, in managing your own life, you need leadership ability. And that's why we are here today, to learn certain leadership skills and abilities. So I came up with 10 leadership abilities which every effective leader should have. And if you have these 10 leadership abilities, then you can consider yourself an effective leader. And there are many more, I think. Some of you might share, you can jot down some things that you think are excluded. Number one, and most important, that you cannot exclude in every definition of effective leader is vision. The reason why we have leaders is to look into the future and take a picture of how we're going to look like as a country, as a team, as a company, as a business. How are we going to look like? How are we going to be in the next 20 years, in the next 30 years, in the next 10 years? How are we going to be? Are we going to be better? Or are we going to be worse? A leader is someone who has a big dream, a big vision, a long-term plan, and he carries everybody along. So when setting up a vision for a country like Nigeria, we have to work with all Nigerians together, because every Nigerian needs to know about the vision of Nigeria, and so that everybody will be contributing in the same direction. If the leader is moving east, And Nigerians are moving north or south or west. So you're not going to optimize the resources, because every person, in ministry, in public institutions, private institutions, even families, we have to work together in the same direction. So a leader work together with his team. Even if you're managing a small company or a small team, you have to work with everyone to make sure that everyone knows about the vision, the goal. Where are we going on? In the next 10 years, where are we going to be? And you have to come up with steps. A leader is someone who creates steps toward achieving the goal. A vision is like the upstairs. If you have 12-story building, and now you're creating the steps to follow to get to the top. So that's what the leader does. And if you have this big vision, like Nigeria now, we can say maybe the vision of Nigeria is in the next 10 years, we will have uninterrupted power supply, and we have adequate refining capacity. And then how are we going to move toward achieving that on a yearly basis? What is our yearly target toward achieving that? And everyone is moving toward that direction. And that's what we call effective leadership. A leader who is effective is someone who achieves through others. A leader who always wants to make it himself, do it himself. I can do it, I will do it. It has to be my own way. It's not an effective leader. An effective leader is someone who achieves through others, who has team skill, who asks himself, what can I do and what I cannot do? What I can do and what I cannot do, identifying the gaps and then fill in the gap. Find team members that really work to fill in your gap. That's what effective leaders do. Discovery and utilization. For example, in Nigeria now, it's not true to say the ministers are the best brains in Nigeria. That in every position you have the best man there. But there is a way you can optimize and bring better people, even if they are not politically inclined. A leader is someone who discovers within his organization, within his country, even within his family, to know everyone's strength and put everyone in the right position to utilize, to optimize that person's gifted skills or abilities or learned abilities. So you have to set system to identify the good people, the good brains, people with the skills, and bring them forward and put them to work. That's what effective leaders do. You don't just bring people you know because they come from some area or because they come from the same political party. Effective leaders, they don't do that. They identify who can really do the job. And they just bring the person, even if they don't know the person. Because it's a collective achievement that matters. It's a team achievement that matters. The country's development that matters. Sacrifice. The first person that makes sacrifice is a leader. If you're not willing to sacrifice, nobody will sacrifice for you. Ray Kroc is the person who bought the McDonald's company. When he took up the company, he sacrificed his own salary. He worked extra hours without salary. He borrowed money to pay the best brains salary. He hired the best people. He borrowed money to pay them, to keep them within the company. And that's why McDonald's is what it is today. That entails sacrifice. Leader has to be willing to take the sacrifice, to give up. Because it's not about the leader. It's about the country. It's about the team. It's about the development. The legacy of a leader is the success, is the development. So a leader has to be willing to sacrifice. A leader has to be positive, confident, and hopeful. A leader also has to be very responsible, meaning that he has to do it himself sometimes. You have to come down and do it. If you want people to do something, you have to come down and do it yourself first. And you have to be willing to take blame. As long as you want to take credit for success, you have to be willing to also take blame. Leaders take all the blame and they share the credit. And leaders are honest to their subordinates, to their team members, to the people they lead about the challenges they face. For example, in Nigeria, you have security challenges. It's part of effective leadership to come out and tell the people that we have serious problem with Boko Haram. We have serious problem with kidnappers. Even if that is going to cost you an election, a leader is honest. even in a time of trials, in troubled times, leaders are responsible. They take blame, they take responsibility, and convince people what they are doing to get out of troubles. Personal development. Leader is always willing to agree, like what the SDF just said. I'm still not enough. I'm not yet complete. I need to know something. There is something I'm lacking in. And how can I going to improve? So leader always trying to improve himself, to identify why he has gaps, why he has weaknesses, and try to improve. And he does not only improve himself, he tries to empower his subordinates. If you work in a team, even in a family, you are the household, or you are the wife of the family, you are the husband of the family. How am I going to empower the family members? How am I going to empower the team members? How am I going to empower the Nigerians if I'm a leader, or my people of my state? How am I going to empower them? Empowering myself and empowering them so that we can move together. And a leader knows that to build this leadership ability is not a day job. You cannot just come out and say, I want to be an effective leader today, and tomorrow you become. It does not work like that. It's a process, but you have to start somewhere. What you need to do is, moving. Don't wait. Always go to places like this where you open your ears, be willing to learn. If you think you know it all, or you choose who you want to listen to, then you are not a leader. A leader always listens, and a leader is a learner. You can never have enough of knowledge. Even if you know something, still listen. You may learn something new, or you may emphasize what you already know. And leaders who are effective, they add values through serving others. Like I said, it's not about you as a leader. It's all about the people you serve. And let me give you a short story of the CEO of Costco. It's a retail story in America, the story I read. His name is Jim Senegal. Jim Senegal is a very humble person. He comes downstairs to receive his guests, to receive his phone calls. He has his employee name tag, bearing his first name. He comes down to the employees, work with them, get to know them, visit them at homes when they are sick. He visit them, and he gave them higher salary, 42% salary, higher salary, more than his close rivals. Because he believed in serving others. His theory says that if you empower your people, if you take care of them, you give them a good package, they will be loyal to you, they will be more productive, and you attract the best friends. And this theory can really apply in our security situation in Nigeria. Last week, I escaped kidnappers along Abuja to Road, and I was discussing with a police friend. He told me that, Doctor, you are young. Don't think that we, the police, will stop this kidnapping along this road. It's beyond our capacity. Even the villagers that used to point at those kidnappers, the villagers, they are the ones becoming the victims. Last time someone pointed at the kidnappers, what happened next? The kidnappers came and killed everybody in the village. The villagers said, we are not going to point at the kidnappers ever again. And the police, they don't want to go closer. They don't want to risk their lives because they think they have not been served well. So if you want the security to improve, you have to do what? You have to apply this theory that says add value to serving others. Improve their welfare package. Give them what they want. They said some of their colleagues went to Kaduna Road, spent 3 months, and they came back, nothing. And they didn't know the fate of their family if they died. So give them something and see work. Improve on their package. And that's what Senegal did to get more profit. There's nothing like magic. People are coming to his company and say, why are you achieving this success? I serve my people. Every best person, best brains, they're coming to his company, and that's why he achieved success. And last one I have here is trustworthiness. A leader has to be trustworthy. People have to trust in your ability, have to trust you in your honesty. You have to have the integrity and character like what the Egypt just mentioned. A leader is someone that people really trust him. You can trust him with resources. And they have nothing to doubt about him. So, I'm going to emphasize on McDonald's story because there's something we need to learn there. The McDonald brothers, they were the one who founded McDonald, a small restaurant. They started as a drive-in restaurant, and then they moved up, they grow, and they opened this McDonald restaurant. But what they did, they stretched the success of the McDonald restaurant. They achieved the high success within their space. But McDonald brothers, they were just managers. They don't know how to push the boundaries because they lacked leadership ability. They met a guy called Ray Kroc. When he came, Ray Kroc is the leader. When he saw that McDonald's restaurant, he had a vision. Remember, the first ability in leadership is the vision. A leader has to envision the future. He looked at the company and said, this is promising. He bought McDonald's, $2.7 billion. And he made McDonald's. What is it today? And the brothers, they were there, regretted. Regretted because they didn't build their leadership ability to push the boundaries. But this Kroc, he made it happen. And it wasn't only his dedication. I told you about his dedication, his sacrifice, his salary, and things like that. It was about leadership ability. On a scale, always leadership ability will win over dedication. You might have a job, you might have a work, you are always dedicated, coming to office very early, committing energy, but you don't improve your leadership ability, you will not push boundaries. You will not achieve the maximum success. And that's why dedication is not the only thing you need in leadership in achieving success, but leadership ability. Let me prove this to you. I don't know. This one is showing. Okay. I came up with a graph that shows if you have success with leadership, you will achieve 25% success. But if you have success with leadership ability, you will have 400% success. So the multiplier effect of leadership ability is higher than just dedication. Dedication is not enough. I will not, this screen is showing, I don't know why the graph is not showing here, but I'm going to move. But this is what I just explained. If you increase dedication by 2%, by 2 units, you will achieve success by 25% only. And you will have diminishing return. More dedication, a little success, more dedication, lower success, and you come down to even 0 success, addition, marginal success. The more leadership ability you add, the more success you become. The more successful you become. And to conclude with the first law, which is the law of lead, and once you see prospects or failure, first start thinking about leadership. When you come to a country, just observe the country. If you see good things, it's about leadership. If you see bad things, it's about leadership. So people even propose that if troubles persist, if failure persists, what you need to do is to change the leader. You've seen in the countries, people they say we are tired, poverty, insecurity. We want to change our leader. And that's the truth, because they know the power of lead. A leader who lacks leadership ability will not lead well. So therefore, the best option you have is to fire the leader. Fire him out. Even if it's a company, sack him. Even if in a team, in a football team, if the team is not winning, what do? You sack the coach. You don't sack the players. Because the leader is the one who directs. He's the one who charts the course and pilots the people. But firing people in leadership position is not the last option, because we have option of developing their leadership ability if they are willing to learn. So give people the second chance so that they can learn. So the second theory I'm going to look at today, we're going to look at it today together, is the law of influence. No matter how big your position, the privileges you have, the powers you have, that says nothing.
No matter how impressive your address is, no matter how nice you speak, that amounts to nothing if you cannot influence. But then how do you measure influence? If you see two people together, seated here, how can we identify who is more influential here? Is there any sign we see on our forehead to know who is more influential than the other? Of course, it's not about good looking. If it is about good looking or impressive dress, I can see many people dress nicely today. You cannot use that as an indicator of influence in leadership. Some of the things we look at to know if a leader is influential, first is respect. If you are an influential leader, people will respect you, will listen to you, will agree with you, will pay attention to you. Even if you are talking about something very sensitive, contentious issues, people will not shout at you, but they will still listen to you, even if they disagree internally. And effective leaders, when they talk, people listen. So if you come to the lectern or you talk in a meeting and people don't listen to you, it indicates that you lack the influence. Leaders, when they talk, people listen. And leaders have referent power. Leaders are people who the followers emulate them. When a leader dresses this way, followers will do it the same way. When he speaks in a certain way, followers do the same. They always emulate the leader. And influential leaders, they are people who don't rely on title for them to influence the people. Most influential leaders, they don't have positions, but yes, they influence others. And these are people who, influential leaders are people who come to them, seeking advice, seeking support, seeking their opinions. What do you think about this? If you see people coming to you seeking advice, doctor, can you help me with this? I have this issue, can you help me? Then you are very influential. But if no one comes to you, you only do things on your own, then you may not have achieved that level of influence. And that is why when you want to change society, if you want to bring something new, you need to start with influential people. If you cannot influence, then you need to influence those with the influence. That's why you see when you want to bring policy, you have to go down to the traditionally and religious leaders, because these are people who have more influence than most of our politicians. And very unfortunate in Nigeria, we downgraded those people who have this unusual level of influence. And but how do you know that how do you earn influence? Influence is earned, it's not given. You have to earn it. It does not come with position. You have to do something to earn it. What are the things we need to do to earn influence? Number one is character. Your level of integrity, honesty matters a lot. Trust. People always believe in you if you have character. Relationship. Working with the people, getting to know them, coming down to their levels, knowing their concerns, getting to know your subordinates, your team members, the people of your cabinet, know them by names, know their priorities, know what they want. Relationship is very important. When you keep relationship people, you'll be able to influence them. Knowledge. I'm sure this is knowledge, right? Knowledge. For you to be an influential leader, you have to have knowledge. When you are knowledgeable, people will be willing to listen to you. Even if what you say is not true, people will still believe you because you have that legitimate power. People think that you are knowledgeable. You have a PhD in, for example, in economics, whatever you say, because people they rely on you because you went to school, you study economics. If you say something this way, most people will believe in you. A leader has to improve on his knowledge. What do I write here? I can't actually read. Experience. Experience. A leader has to have experience, meaning that you have to build the leadership abilities, you have to hold this position, but not only holding the position in the past, but achieving success. If you were governor, member reps, whichever position you held in the past, but you cannot achieve anything, people will not respect you. You influence people by achieving success. Ability, improving those leadership abilities can also enhance your influence. And then serving others. Serving others, working, minding about other people's concern, and doing things for the people. And I have to conclude because I don't have time. Leadership ability is what defines every outcome. Either in leadership, or in leadership within the team, within country, in sport, everywhere you go. Leadership ability is more important, not position, not privileges, not power. Everything is all about leadership, and we all have to learn this leadership. And that is why I believe it's better to give a man fish. So, to teach a man how to fish, so that he can feed himself for lifetime, than to give him a fish today, so that he can feed him only for today. People come to leadership experts, asking them about solutions. People come to leadership experts, narrating stories, problems. How can I solve my problems? But I came up with solutions, and we said, why can't we teach people how to fish? Rather than people with problems coming to you, how can I solve my personal problems, leadership problems? How can we teach the people the leadership skills so that they can solve problems by themselves? And that is why we came up with the Leadership and Personal Development Program, which is a 6-day intensive leadership program. We've done it in 5 states, which covers 40 modules, 8 hours a day. And we've trained over 500 people in effective leadership. They've learned great skills. Some of them are in this room. They've benefited tremendously from this program because we believe we have to create leaders. We have to make leaders. Leaders cannot just become effective by themselves, but put them in the process so that they can be effective. And I've actually written 10 books in leadership and personal development. I'm going to present the first, second, and third series next month. This is the first series. It's talking about who is a leader, what are the principles of leadership, and other things we need to know about leadership. Second series is talking about psychometrics, getting to know yourself, your own strengths and weaknesses, and the team members you work with. And series 3 is talking about the inspiration boosters and healers, steps to creating life vision, or vision. If you're a leader of a country, what are the process to creating vision and some sort of inspiration. And I'm going to be releasing some of this series bit by bit. Series 1 to 3 will come out in November next month. This is my contact. If people really want to contact me or hold on any of these books or attend our leadership and personal development program, you can really contact us directly, or you can contact Hillary to reach out to me. I think I'm done. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very